Hi, my name is Jack Grimes, and today I'm going to teach you how to do problem 17 of chapter 4. So this problem states, a place kicker must kick a football from a point 36.0 meters, about 40 yards from the goal, and half the crowd hopes the ball will clear the crossbar, which is 3.05 meters high. When kicked, the ball leaves the ground with a speed of 20.0 meters per second and an angle of 53 degrees to the horizontal. By how much does the ball clear or fall short of clearing the crossbar? Does the ball approach the crossbar while still rising or while falling? So I've already drawn a quick diagram here to help us solve the problem easier. So we know that the distance between the football and the goalpost is 36.0 meters, and the goalpost is 3.05 meters high. Also, the initial velocity when the football is kicked is 20 meters per second, and that is in an angle of 53 degrees. So knowing this, we can determine that the initial velocity in the y direction is 20 sine 53, and the initial velocity in the x direction is 20 cosine 53. So to begin, we're going to just evaluate these two things. So initial velocity, the x, equals 20 cosine 53. And that equals 12.04 meters per second. And the initial velocity in the y direction is equal to 20 sine 53. And that's going to equal 15.97 meters per second. So now that we have this, it is easy to draw a quick table to know which is in the x direction and which is in the y direction. So we have x, y, and we have initial velocity, final velocity, acceleration, change of position, and time. So we already solved the initial velocity. So we know that this is 12.04 meters per second, and this is 15.97 meters per second. And we don't know the final velocity. For x, the acceleration is 0 because there's no force pushing against the ball while it's traveling horizontally. So this is going to be 0 meters per second squared. In the y direction, it's just the force of gravity, negative 9.8 meters per second squared. Delta x in the x direction is 36.0 meters. But we don't know what it is in the y direction, as this isn't the change in position. This is just a height that we have to determine whether or not the ball actually makes it over the goalpost. So to begin, we have 3, so we can plug into a formula to get the time, but that would leave us with a quadratic, so it's much easier just to realize that the velocity is equal to the change in position over the change in time. So the time is equal to velocity times change in position. And we're able to do this because the acceleration is 0, so the velocity is constant throughout. Oh shoot, I messed up on this. The time is equal to change of position over velocity. My bad. So from this, we know that t is equal to change in position, which is 36.0 meters, over the velocity, which is 12.04 meters per second, as we solved earlier. So canceling out our units and just plugging into our calculator, we get t equals 2.99 seconds. And this is going to be true for both the x and y direction, as this is the time that the ball takes before it crosses. Alright, so now that we have this, we're going to determine how high the ball is when it crosses the goalpost. So we're going to use the formula delta x equals v initial t plus 1/2 acceleration times time squared. So, and this is in the y direction, so we're going to use this initial velocity. So 15.97 meters per second times time, 2.99 seconds, plus 1/2 acceleration, gravity, so negative 9.8 meters per second squared, times the time, which is still 2.99 seconds, squared. So we can just plug this into our calculator and simplify and cross-cancel like the units and everything, which will leave us with meters. And that's going to leave us with 3.94 meters. So with this, we know that the football is going to cross over the goalpost, so it's going to make it in. But we want to find how far over the goalpost it actually crosses. So this is just simple subtraction. So you just subtract this by this, so 3.94 meters minus 3.05 meters. And that's going to be 0.89 meters. So that's your answer for part A, and it clears the crossbar. So we just found out that the football is going to go 0.89 meters above the crossbar. So now it wants us to decide whether or not the ball is falling when it clears or still rising. So we have to find if the final velocity is negative or positive. So to do this, we use the formula final velocity equals initial velocity plus acceleration times time. And this is in the y direction, so we're going to use 15.97 meters per second plus negative 9.8 meters per second due to gravity squared times 2.99 seconds. So when we solve this, we find out that the final velocity is going to be negative 13.33 meters per second. That's the answer to B. And obviously, since it's negative, the football is going to be falling when it makes it through the goalpost. So we just solved the entire problem. We found out that the football does indeed clear the crossbar and go over it by 0.89 meters. And we also found out that when the ball is going over, it's coming downwards due to the final velocity being negative 13.33 meters per second. Thanks.